danganronpa.
Please board the elevator in front of you.
You know what I mean.
Oh!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can figure it, then I'll punish everyone besides.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes.
Don't be a goddamn
Because they died, friendship penetrates even death's barrier. 16 people. Okay. That about does it for the preamble. First up is the case summary.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to deceive.
No, it's wrong.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how much... With the way things had been damaged,
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise.
A real trial.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some
No, it's wrong! No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh?
After the...
Oh.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
You mean Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret.
No, it's wrong! Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier? Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words,
Ask the bear. If there is an accomplice, do they also...
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Good grief! Enough already! No!
anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the... We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think...
There is one other possibility, right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because... they're... Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the...
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
then the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
The wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor. Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair...
Something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true.
To believe that the room's owner and the...
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it. Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember?
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand. The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try.
Shoot!
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
She then fled into the...
Then the killer ran out, and they got into the bath. At that point, the killer had... Because Sayaka had locked...
No, it's wrong! The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only...
Yes. Yes.
Then why didn't you...
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? That's not lucky at all!
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless.
Exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms? Then Makoto couldn't have done it. But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question. Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up.
Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Can't that be it?
I refuse to give up yet! The reason I got it! I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If we got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure, and honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then, pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that
Makoto was.
No, it's wrong.
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka...
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other. Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who...
I got it!
Me and Sayaka were the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates.
You can also infer as much from her note. She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched. She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over. Invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist. Shoot! 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 I refuse to give up yet! The nameplate's on
They got. That's right. As a result.
I got it! Shoot! I got it! All you have to do is take a good... It sure is.
It broke out. The culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based...
No, it's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means...
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So,
How can you know that just by...
like I said before, in fact, if you look, you'll notice it's safe to assume there's really no way she could...
Maybe she...
Sorry.
Why do you say that?
No, that's not it at all. I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death, in other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime.
Oh, my.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of it.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, but for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan...
Our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation.
But she launched her attack with the knife. Then that must be when her wrist got broken.
And she...
Just hold on! That can't be true, because...
Wouldn't it be...
Oh, yeah.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be...
Well, before we get too far into... Can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
I got it! Her left index finger had... That could only be...
I see. She...
Sure. What the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or what?
No, that's not...
Of course.
Oh!
What? What?
No, it's just... look at the number. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. Looking at it now...
Whoa.
Oh my god. Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking? It's just a bunch of random squig...
No, it's... She wrote that message on the wall in that position. When you look at...
That sounds like one hell of a stretch. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like...
If you're not the killer...
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I got it! You mean
That one and the killer.
With just that one little charred piece.
you're right? Yeah. I got it! If you look close.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room. And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash.
Interesting.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
No, it's wrong. Hold on. I think I. Yes, you.
What is it? Some kind.
I got it! The killer simply. He thought was what? I got it!
You still want it, Makoto.
Say what you want, Leon. Now here's what happened. Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, from what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she... But then something happened that they grabbed... During the Here's exactly what happened. And that's when she lost... Finding herself cornered. The killer, what they didn't know was that... So instead, the killer forced the... and stabbed. But with what strength... And with that... was Sayaka dead. First they... Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy the... They tried to burn it, but the trash room was blocked off. So they came up with a plan to use... The killer managed to... For any normal person, that'd be... And that's because the killer was the ultimate big... The crystal ball, thrown with absolute... Which then quickly roared... Having destroyed the final piece of it. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. It killed. Isn't that right? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right?
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the... Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I refuse to acknowledge... Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance! You lied! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance! Where's your proof?
This should prove it. The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed.
So, you have no
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Looks like you've reached your...
What?